Hello and welcome back to the Dark Flintstone Plays Detention. And we're still at the clock puzzle, and I actually looked this up. I did do it sort of right, but the clue is to the way that the photos are hung up. You have to sort of tilt it to, like, for example, the one on the left. You have the face facing left, so you got to tilt this entire thing to the left. So we have to put this on. What was it? 6:30. Upside down. So we got to flip this to. Wait a minute. What was it? Right, 1 o'clock. Okay. Alright, but first we gotta turn or switch the station again. That's the radio. Okay. No. And let's see. One o'clock. Yep. Ooh. Interesting. Let's see, one day Dad came home inebriated and tripped at the front door. I couldn't stand seeing him on the ground all the time, so I went over to give him a hand. Beside the stench of smoke, there was another smell. A faint smell of powdered makeup. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can go into the teacher's office. Okay, there's just the desk. Yep. So there's nothing to do here. Let's see. If we can go through that door now. Okay. Okay. Where are we now? What? Who are you? I've received your paper plane. I was truly worried you were still having trouble at home. But it looks like my concern was slightly unfounded. Like the wild daffodil, you are innocent, vain, and candid in nature. Perched beside a pond in Snow White, admiring your reflection. Being different from others can be a tough way to live. But I think I can understand that feeling. You said you want to learn more about my time abroad? Or my time abroad. All I can say right now is that my past is rather complicated. Unfortunately, many horrible things have happened on this land in the last decade. Believe it or not, our society wasn't always like this, oppressive and cold. Perhaps we should take a stroll down the boulevard on the weekend. Damn it, I can't read anymore. There are things our censored textbooks don't mention, but are definitely worth knowing. Okay. Paper plane. Let's take a look at it. Toss my worries out and receive your guidance. Alright. Okay, we can't go further. So all we can do is walk out the door. What's this? Radio. Okay. So we have a third radio station. That's 103. Let's see, what was it? 103.0. Alright, where does this lead us? Okay. Turn that off. Okay. Okay, we gotta keep that on. Let's see, turn that off. Yep. Gotta make sure the guy follows us. Father's study is always neat and tidy. He always gave off an air of seriousness with a little bit of his own humor. I drew this when I was little. It wasn't always kept, even when we moved to the furniture. Even when we moved the furniture around. Okay, so she's smeared on the walls. Bad girl. Received a coin. Yeah, and that's the coin. Let's see, does that lead to... Theater ticket counter. Yep. Yep. Right, now we need the coin. And we put the coin in the piggy bank, because where else would you put the coin? And then we gotta flip the room. And in exchange for the coin... Okay, first channel. Put the coin in the piggy bank. Alright, change the channel again. And we get the ticket. The movie ticket. And we change that again. And now we can go to the movies. Yay! Considering what kind of game this is, it's probably not going to be a nice flick. What? What? Okay. Little acid trip. Never hurt anyone. Okay. Little commentary on the writing. I think this makes much more sense if you can actually read Taiwanese or Chinese. I don't know if that's Chinese or Taiwanese. I think they're very similar, but I might be completely wrong about that. Yeah, that there's something written there that's kind of important to understand, or maybe not important, but that enhances the story. And of course, as someone who doesn't understand the language or the writing, that part is lost. Same problem with Garden of Words. There's also a scene where you see a bunch of books there, and the shot holds on the books for like 2 or 3 seconds or something, like comparatively long in film terms. And yeah, if you don't read or speak Japanese, that information is lost, because I have the feeling that those books actually mean something. So yeah, a little commentary on all the writing here. Theater ticket counter. Yeah. Ah, no, wait. Good day and welcome. We hope you enjoy your movie. Our movie or your movie? What? Alright, let's go in. Item received. Hotel pendant. But we already had that. What? Okay. Okay, so apparently, because our parents have this sort of dysfunctional relationship, or turned dysfunctional due to our dad's drinking, institute. Okay. And remember, Miss Yin likes us. And we're in the book club, Miss Yin's book club or something. And yeah, holy shit, this is gonna end weird. Okay, let's go back. What? Who was that? Ah, that's the Shadow Man. What's this? Search warrant? What? Search warrant. A search warrant issued by the district court with a list of public officials involved in a bribery scheme. When I went home that day, Father had already been taken away. I asked Mom what had happened. She quietly replied, "Dad got his hands dirty, but he'll live." Hearing this, I felt as if she was smiling underneath. Who can blame her? And you got an abusive husband who drinks, who cheats on you, who neglects you and your daughter. If that guy gets taken away by the police, yeah. What's this? Assignment book. Alright. No, what? Assignment book. Inspect. A reasonable excuse to enter the counseling office. Okay. Right. No, wait, we gotta turn that back. Right, and then we can go all the way back to the hall, because that's where that office was, with the desk. Right. Goldfish? Okay, I'm pretty sure they mean something in Taiwanese culture. Bunch of paper planes. The teacher's desk. On it are plenty of assignment papers. Okay. Ah, no, we're supposed to give the guy the assignment paper. Yes. Here. Miss Fang. The counseling process is near its end. I'm glad you're back on track. And hopefully we won't be needing you. Hopefully won't be needing me anytime soon. If there still isn't as... Okay, that's way too fast. It's way too fast for me to read. I'll just have to pause it. Counseling records. Okay, let's take a look at that. It's over. No matter what's been written on here, there's only farewell. Okay. Okay, but where now? Where to now? Okay, well that answered my question. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Okay, so this looks like a stage. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if this doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. A glass cup of nauseating color, overflowing with the stench of human corruption. Plates and cups clash against the walls as Father's voice roars through the halls. After a series of curses seething, all that's left is mother's weeping. Our family was once sweet together, healthy and caring when we gathered. And now, every night a restless sleep, every morning hard to wake. So it goes on day by day, and the anguish digs ever deep. I was shattered into countless pieces, mirroring the crumbling of a familiar world, in a state of ceaseless decay, plunging into a river of despair, floating in limbo for the rest of our days. That's a nice poem. Okay. I'm thinking of giving her that now. No, wait, I'm gonna say it now. German user Schattenmacher, recently did a really interesting video about how great art comes from great pain. And he gave the example of, for example, he talked about the people at, what's the word for it? Okay, I don't know the English word for it, but like people who used to haul boats on the Volga back in like 19th century Russia. I mean, there's this famous painting and there's this famous song, this yeah, probably you've heard of that. And he gives the example of the stuff that inmates in concentration camps wrote, and a lot of that stuff is actually really, really cool stuff. That basically how should I say this? Yeah, as I said, the great art comes from great pain. Basically, you only realize what you have once it's gone. That whole thing. It's a really interesting video. I think I'll put a link to it in the description for anyone who speaks the language. It's really interesting. But now we're gonna give her that. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Okay, so was the deer. Anticipating when we meet, footsteps over quick and slight, roaming through a neon forest, strolling past the dazzling lights. I've become a little lark, brushing past the pretty flowers, chasing all the beautiful butterflies. I glide merrily by your side. I've been an actor in our play, long before the curtain's risen, being held in ever-comforting longing for your love embracing. It's really weird. Sometimes it rhymes and sometimes it doesn't. Listening to your many whispers, feeling each other's tranquil breathing. The white deer walked into my grasp. What a pleasant surprise, what a turn of fate, I want to keep this moment in my palms for eternity. And now we can give her that. All of a sudden we stopped meeting. You became distant bitterly, colder than the sun could melt. Air around you freezing instantly, and my frozen body is beating hard, with each pulse tearing itself apart. Again I'm left in abject solitude, in a house that I call home, in a space that I call school. A walking corpse whose mind's without, a sense of loss that's drowned with doubt. Yin. Chang Minghui, we need to talk about this. Chang. Miss Yin, it's not necessary to raise your voice like that. Why can't I? Alright, I wanted to read it nervous. Why can't I? What are you thinking going after a child like that? Child? I was already studying abroad at her age. She's old enough to know what she wants. So what now? Will you lead her down the forbidden path? This forbidden path? She only needs a push in the right direction, not for you to wrap her arms around her. This is our private matter, it's none of your business. How is it not? You're stuck in your little romance. Did you forget about us? We were already in the same boat. Don't you forget? Ah, yes, because didn't they have Wei and Ray? Didn't they have a discussion where they talked about the counselor and this teacher, whether they were together, right? We're eavesdropping on the conversation. Oh. Painful recollection. So the counselor apparently got taken away by the police for reasons. My soul is shattered into pieces. When I cannot put myself back together and forget everything. When can I not put myself back together and forget everything? I open my eyes and welcome a barren world. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're back with, I think that's Wei, wasn't it? No, that's someone completely different. Oh, look, oh shit. Are we transparent? No. Or is there... Yeah, I think we are. So we're like a ghost now. Okay. Alright, so apparently this is like at some point in the future. I mean, we've already been here. There's graffiti everywhere. Everything's torn down. Okay, but I'm gonna save this. Our life would vanish, but not our guilt. I am you. You are not me. It's the sin that makes you linger in this realm. Memories, like mirrors reflecting the true likeness of your soul. In a world full of pain and suffering, Fang Ray Shin, what do you fear the most? Losing my family, losing my life, losing myself. Uh... We're gonna go with losing my family. Or losing family. Okay. So we're now the ghost Ray. School. The door is blocked by an unknown force. Alright, what's that? Okay. The way forward is the path to your past. However, the road ahead has crumbled. Lead me anywhere and I will follow you like a shadow. Okay. Alright. The door handle is broken. I can't get in. Okay, so we need to go back. Okay, we can't. We can go down. But we're gonna go through that hall. The bonfire of hope is almost depleted, diminishing in the wind. Is that the book club? That's Miss Yin with Wei. Some of the book contents might conflict with your everyday thoughts, but this material will make you engage in reflective and independent thinking. Well, let's call it a day. Okay, I'm not gonna do the voice. Fuck it. I'm just gonna read it in my normal voice. I do want to remind you all again to never mention the book club to anyone else, for that might put yourself and others in great danger. And Wei, I'd like to ask a favor. I'd like to ask you a favor. Yes, Miss Yin? Is it about the new books? I've already given the list to Mr. Chang. He said the shipping company won't help us anymore, but he'll figure something out. The government is enforcing restrictions on all imports. Soon, the book club might come to an end. Okay, so Mr. Chang was apparently helping them getting censored books or not, illegal books into the school. And someone ratted him and Mrs. Yin out. And I think I know who it is. Miss Yin, why are things like this? I'm sorry, Wei. There's nothing I can do either. Oh, just one more thing before you go. Mr. Chang never brought us any of those books in the first place, right? Ah, okay, yeah, so that's what they're supposed to say if they're questioned about it. Ha! I know I can always count on you. Okay. Add it to journal. Clipping. blacklisted to return home for burial. Half a century in exile, blacklisted to return home for burial. During the period of martial law, Miss Yun Xiu Han was a wanted political fugitive. She was lucky to evade arrest and left the country only to be blacklisted. She traveled the world fighting for human rights and freedom of expression, but unfortunately died of lung cancer at the age of 50. Her last wish was to be able to return to her hometown. Now this wish can be achieved with the lifting of martial law. Okay. Okay, I don't think we can go that way. Or something. Okay. But we can go in here. Alright, that's where we were. We already went up. I don't think we can go up to the 3rd level on this side. Nope. Alright, let's talk to our shadow self. What the hell just happened? The hell did I do now? Alright, let's go out. Let's see if that did anything. Okay, it doesn't look like it, so let's talk to... Okay. Okay, but I'm gonna save this anyway. Ah, should you... Just hearing this now. Someone crying. Let's see, okay, we can't go out. Let's see if we can go through the other door. Okay, no, we can only go... We can go upstairs. Up to... here. And we have nothing except our notebook here. Okay. So, let's go back inside and talk to our ghost self. Okay, but this has to mean something. Alright. So let's go upstairs. An unknown force. Okay. Alright, let's go down here. Okay, no, we were there. Okay, let's see if I missed anything in here. Because we need a key. I think we need that key to get into the other room. What happens if we go here? Speak to our ghost self. Go through here. Ah. Okay. Can't open this door. The sliding door is wrapped in barbed wire. Okay. Can't open this door. Okay. Well, we can go downstairs in the quote-unquote real world. Who can be calling at this time? At a time like this? Okay. Okay, I think... No, wait. Remember when you passion, participating in every school activity, showing off your academic abilities, grabbing the attention of your peers and teachers? Then things took a turn for the worse at home. All the attention quickly turned into unwanted scrutiny. So you chose... Okay. To escape, turn a blind eye, grim acceptance. To escape. I'd say escape, you know, in books that aren't allowed. Something like that. The world is immeasurably vast. There's always a place to hide. You are me. Okay. And now we can go through here. This place is completely lifeless. Even ideas are buried here. Oh, what the hell is going on? Burning a few books. Probably the books from... Remember to thoroughly destroy each book and add the spirit money to throw them off. There can't be any intact book pages or else this would be for naught. Hey, Wei. You're closer with Miss Yin. Okay, so that's... They're basically... They sort of got caught, more or less. Where shit is getting too hot, so they have to burn every book. I heard that she had to flee the country overnight. Is that true? I'm not sure. She never said anything about leaving. Unlike Miss Yin, we don't have the connections to guide us to safety. Aren't you afraid? Well, actually, what bothers me the most is... Do you know how the reading list got leaked out? Stop asking questions. I'm as clueless as you. Let's just hurry up and finish this. We don't want to get caught. Okay. Let's see, can we take something from here? No. A written verdict from court. A torn piece of the verdict. Chang Ming Hui, district level educators, found guilty with students Wei and others of collusion with communist forces. Of course. Chang Ming Hui is to be put to death after the court's ruling. Wei Changting pleads guilty to affiliation with communist forces, reading of prohibited texts with rebellious and corrupt thoughts, will be sentenced to 15 years jail time. Holy shit. Yeah, this sort of stuff would probably happen if SJWs got their way. Or, you know, other people of that nature. Okay, the guy went over here. We're gonna go through that hall. Okay, now that door's open. Okay, we're back in that creepy bathroom. What's this? The door is barred by a broom. There is a note on top of it. Snitcher. Remove the broom. Yep. Oh, goddamn. Okay. Reality is caving in on itself, as it appears. Excerpt. That time in fear, forcing herself to breed hatred, who knew that she would take that leap and leave this world behind? Mary, what? Nary? Mary, what? Nary a last word because of fear, remorse? The reason remains undecided. I was left with a blur of confused thoughts spiraling through my mind. When I saw the sunlight again, things had changed drastically. My loved ones and teacher went to a higher place. She was buried in an unmarked grave, leaving me a decrepit man. Is that from Chang? No. Okay, I'm seeing we're very close to the to the 1 hour mark, but we're gonna finish this thing. I have the feeling, if my memory serves me right, this isn't gonna go for very long. And that it's bullshit to stop and then do a 5-minute part tomorrow. So we're gonna finish this. We're gonna make it an hour and a half if needs be. Okay, can we go any further? Nope. Alright. Save. You have been blessed. What? Okay. Okay, now we're back in the red house. There's a note on the cart. What? What note? I don't Huh? Okay. Alright. Locked, it can't be opened. Okay. Ah, no, we gotta close or shut down that light. Acting immediately on one's determination, this is the philosophy he believed in. That someone should take fate into their own hands. With you following him, what ideas do you hold? Take hold of your destiny, live a laid-back life, submit to one's fate. Take hold of your destiny, live a laid-back life, submit to one's fate. I'm struggling between take hold of your destiny and submit to your fate. Destiny, live a laid-back life. I'm gonna say submit to one's fate. Let's see where this leads us. No matter how many times this replays, nothing can be unwound. You can never redeem yourself. Instructor by. This is the book list I mentioned before. Holy shit. Holy shit, so it was us. Fuck. Holy shit. Miss Fang, the country appreciates your assistance. Fuck. So it was us who basically ratted out this book club reading forbidden literature, and it got Miss Fang killed. It got, or at least forced into exile. It got Mr. Chang killed. And Wei had basically going to prison for 15 years. And this isn't, and remember, this isn't a nice Norwegian prison where you get to watch TV. This is a, rape you up the ass military prison. Did you think finding something to rely on would stave off your fear? One day, however, he was gone. Just like that. You've lost everything you can depend on. What choice will you make now? Yeah, shit. Quietly accept, try to take them back, or calm indifference. No, we're gonna try to take them back. The instructor's sharp gaze was stifling. You steeled yourself and performed without hesitation, in that one moment transforming into a pitiless patriot. Easier than you think, right? You are me. God damn. So we're basically, all the stuff that we played is more or less like what, the afterlife? And we have to replay these events over and over and over and over again. I'm assuming that's what happens. What's happening here. And now we're on the roof again. There's nothing to pick up, so we have to go back. Memories are like a mirror, reflecting the true likeness of your soul. Now what? Okay, we have to go down. Maybe you still want to forget. Maybe you're still afraid. We basically ratted out the book club because we thought for some reason that was a good action. And it turns out shit, it gets people killed and put in prison and having to leave the country. And then we wanted to make it better? Or what, we wanted to like get this thing reversed? Facing your own aspirations, but not confessing to the truth. I am you. Yet you are not me. Blood River, like at the very beginning. Constantly cycling over and over with only the river Samsu at the end of your journey. Yet, the knot of sin still lies unsolved. The bridge leading to Paramda lies something. I couldn't read that. So the Requiem with a warm crescendo welcomes you once again. Hi. Is this that ending? The one I'm thinking of? Because I want to get that ending that I got when I played it the first time. Because I think there are multiple endings to this, depending on what you choose in those multiple choice questions. Let's see. Yes! Oh no. Yeah, go up. What? Yay. And now, the only thing left to do, after getting Mr. Chang killed, Mrs. Yin exiled, and Wei sentenced to prison to a, like a rape you up the ass military prison for 15 years. The only thing that's left to do is end it. With our guilt and our shame and our everything else, we must. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was Detention. Alright, so... Whew, where do we begin? Okay, I think best thing to do is begin at the end, because apparently, even though it was very similar, that wasn't really the ending that I got, or the one that I was pining for. The one that I got when I first played this did have that ending where she hangs herself, but there was also a piece of dialogue that basically said, sort of applauding, like, yes, Miss Fang, you're like the best honor student, whatever, you're the best, patriot, and go Ray. Sort of this sarcastic undertone. Yes, you fucking did it. You did it. You brought down the book club. You are responsible for, one person getting killed, one person going to jail, one person having to leave the country. You fucking did it. Now go and hang yourself as your reward. That's sort of that's the ending that I got when I first played it. Too bad I didn't get that here, but it's still fucked up. It's still fucked up. the game itself, graphics, well, it's a point and click thing. So graphics wise, there's not a lot you can say, but the aesthetic of the game is, whoa, is very, very interesting, to say the least. Yeah, and plot wise, I think, yeah, this is a game where you actually do have to sort of think, because nowadays, I mean, a lot of games, unfortunately, have everything spoon-fed to you, but this is one of those games where you actually do have to sort of put this stuff together. Okay, so she was this great honor student before that, and then things went to shit in her family, and then she basically wanted attention, and the one way she knew how is the book club or something. And at least that's my perspective on it, is that she didn't, or no, wait, she went to the book club and, you know, saw Mr. Chang, who's also involved in this, as a substitute dad, you know, but, or maybe even, yeah, you know, this weird thing where like, high school girls have this, you know, this crush on the hot teacher, which is, you know, just infatuation. Something like that happened here, but Miss Ying and Mr. Chang were sort of in a relationship. I mean, she even asks Wei in what kind of relationship they are, and when she finds that out, or finds out that they're, I don't know, lovers or something, I might be reading stuff in it that's not even there, she decides to get back on him, you know, to sort of, and then she rads out the book club, and that this itself is an act of attention seeking, because she knows very well if she rats out these dirty ass communists, then everyone's gonna fucking love her. She's gonna be, you know, the hero again. You know, the fucking Cicero who uncovered the conspiracy of Catalina sort of thing, where she found this conspirators, or this communist nest, and she uncovered it, and now she's the great hero. That entire storyline that you actually have to, getting back to what I said earlier, that you sort of have to piece this together. And yeah, very, very interesting game. There is another game that is very, well, two actually, excuse me, that are very similar to this. One of them is The Cat Lady, and the other one is Downfall, which is sort of a prequel, well, maybe not a prequel to The Cat Lady, but Downfall, I think, is referenced in The Cat Lady at some point, because I think they're done by the same publisher. Yeah, they're also very, well, Cat Lady is very similar to this. It's very, it's also like a point and click game, and it's also, it's very fucked up at times, but it also has a really, really great story. Maybe I'll try playing this on Steam. Maybe make The Cat Lady my first stream on the PC, because I've always streamed on PS4. And yeah, maybe I'll try streaming that on PC. Yeah, it could be something. The cat lady. If you want to take a look at a German Let's Play, I'll link that in the description, by Lanwa Sakura, who did well, her channel, she doesn't do things anymore, but she did some very interesting Let's Plays, and you know, even 5, 6 years later, after she sort of stopped doing things, she's still very interesting to listen to and to look at. And of course, who can forget her cat, Sir James? Definitely always a reason to watch, at least in the later Let's Plays. But I'm just rambling on and on again about things that have nothing to do with detention, and I think that's where the name comes from, detention, because, as I've already said, this is probably like an endless loop where we, after we kill ourselves, or at least in this gameplay, we basically wake up in that classroom again, where we were in the beginning, or at the beginning, you know, when we met Wei, and that's sort of a punishment, like detention. You know, that we have to play this over and over and over and over and over again, and there's never an end. We will always have to live through all of these experiences and all the stuff that got the book club shut down and these people imprisoned, killed, and exiled. And yeah, so I think that's everything that I have to say about this game. Not sure what I'm gonna be doing next. Like I said, I'm gonna play all the stuff that I bought on Play Store. I think what we can do is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. That's also an interesting one. It's also an interesting game. And or we can do The Park, because The Park is actually not that long, surprisingly. It's only like, I think it's an hour or something, and it's more of a, it's not really like, how should I say this? The game itself, the game mechanics themselves are boring as fuck, but the story behind it is actually really interesting. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do next. Either Ethan Carter or The Park. But either way, this was it for Detention. The Dark Flintstone plays, TDF plays, Detention. And I guess the only thing left to say is have fun, especially after watching this, and